RGL. I am Mad Mega. What's up, everybody? I'm Mad Mega. This is new Ghostbusters 2. I love this game. It's an NES game that was never released in the US, but we're going to get started real quick here. There's plenty to talk about while I go. And we'll get going here in 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait, actually, you know what? Before we start the clock, that's early, hold on. We get to pick a Ghostbuster. So first person to shout out a Ghostbuster, that's who I will play as. So give me a quick shout out here, and then I'll pick the second Ghostbuster. So if I see a first any of your favorite four: Peter, Ray, Egon, Winston. You got Lewis. If I don't hear anything, we're going with Lewis. Is what's gonna happen. All right, running out of time here. All right, gonna be Lewis. It's gonna be Lewis. We're gonna make him walk all the way over there. And then we're going to stick with Peter. And time starts on when you select the second one. So now time starts in 3, 2, 1. And honestly, this is great because Pete is the fastest Ghostbuster to start with. So as I said, this game was never released in the US, at least not officially. This was made by HAL Laboratories, the same folk that made Kirby. So if you sort of recognize how adorable these sprites are, that's kind of why. This is from Kirby. There's a quick capture on this particular ghost, and I did not get it, so we're forced to catch these little guys very slowly, unfortunately. Got a little discombobulated there with Pete. So the way that this game sort of works out is that you have your AI companion that follows around you. You don't control really anything about them at all, except when they throw the trap. So when I hit A, I throw my, that's using the positron slider, and then when we hit B, that throws the trap out, and that's how we catch the ghosts. But unfortunately, our compatriot here, our fellow Ghostbusters, oftentimes not super bright. They don't walk in the most efficient way to where we're trying to get to. So we have to be a little cautious about how we move. Alright. So, and another thing that we have to be cognizant of is that when you walk through doors, you can only have one door open at a time, and your AI partner will open doors. So I have to be careful about, walking through a door or something like that, and then being too fast to the next door before Pete gets there too. So the way that this game works for the most part is it's top down. We have to clear out every ghost from every room, and then at the end of each stage we'll get a boss. In this case, we're going to deal with the Scoleri brothers. Not fast enough to shoot down there. They just go in a little figure 8 pattern, nothing super crazy, but first stage down, nice and easy. So now we're underground, we're in the subway. And one of my favorite things about this version of the Ghostbusters 2 video game is I think the music in this game is absolutely fantastic. This is a song from the movie when there's a big montage of crazy things happening around town. This is that song. It's called Flip City. It's a pretty good one. But that's one of the best things about this game, I think, is that the music is just really, really good. There should be one more guy over here. Yeah, there he is. Grab that guy and sneak out. Whoa! Almost got by him. This stage is probably the scariest from a standpoint of, not getting run over by ghosts. Those carts are very dangerous, because they don't always follow along on the tracks exactly, so, sometimes they'll be a little above the tracks, which can lead to you getting caught and hit by those, which is something we really don't want if we can help it. But that's most of the worst parts of this stage over now, luckily. So we got through what I think is the scariest room, the one Oh, we got them both. Nice. The nice thing about those cart ghosts is that if you shoot them, you don't necessarily have to actually catch them. You just have to let them disappear on screen, and they won't count as being caught, so you won't get points for them. But they will go away, and for our purposes in the speedrun, that's good enough. So now we've got some floating heads in this train car. Totally normal to see on an MTA vehicle or other rail in New York, for example. You know, totally normal. Grab our conductor. That was Slimer. If you blink, you miss him because we just walk in, hit him, trap him, and out we go. Nice and easy. So that's 2 stages down. There's effectively 5 stages plus like a final boss. Oh, Pete, you're going the wrong way, buddy. There we go. So this part is actually Pete's apartment building. And so we're dealing with a lot of that pink slime that shows up in the movie. It's mood slime, right? So it feeds on bad vibes. So we're going to try to have positive vibes. We're going to try not to get slimed by these things. Try to have a nice trip through this apartment here. These weird little pink, sort of like flying pigs things almost, right? Like they're just weird looking with pikes, I guess, that they're throwing out through these walls here. There's something, that's for sure. Ninjas, who are some of the worst enemies in this game. They are the same color as our Ghostbusters, as you notice, so sometimes they just spawn right over top of you, and it's really hard to tell they're there when they do that. So sometimes you can just be standing there and suddenly get caught by a ninja. It's really unfortunate. Luckily here, we were able to get both of those guys out. Nice and quick. We're going to walk over here. We're going to wait for this slime to... And we can just throw the trap through the wall. That's probably our biggest piece of tech in terms of being able to do things quickly in this game, is that we're really trying to route places where Pete can most efficiently catch ghosts and not have to move especially much, because anytime he has to change direction, it's very easy to like trigger the trap too early and he'll throw it in the wrong direction, and now you're waiting. Like, for example, he didn't turn when I thought he did, so created a bit of a problem. I'm just gonna walk down this way. There should be a second one. Yep, nice and quick through here. So really all we're doing is we're just kind of running through the entire building set of apartments here. Alright, we're able to catch a couple of ghosties through the wall there. We've got to be careful of that ninja. Got to be careful of that ninja too. On like the way that they throw their stars, you can kind of avoid them, but you have to be careful so that you don't get dunked on accidentally here. Let's go here. There should be 3 of these guys now. Just a quick dispatch of your classic ogre sort of ghost. So we roll up here, grab this fella. One of the things, again, the real speed tech here is that we're trying to catch ghosts as efficiently as possible, and we know the way that they spawn. They're consistent generally. The same enemies spawn in the same order. So if you go through this the same way each time, you'll generally get similar spawns for most of your enemies. Not every enemy spawns in consistently, but a lot will spawn inconsistently if they're even if the original spots for the enemies are random. So at least that seems to be my experience. And that's one of the unfortunate things that can happen with this game, is that you think you're right in line with an enemy, but you just miss by a little bit. Okay, gotta go up there. We're gonna wait. Probably could have snuck in there and got in before we got hit by one of those spikes there, but really wasn't worth it. Just to try to be a little extra faster. There we go, Pete. Hey, that's a one-up sound. That's a good sound. So we should see 3 more guys. And now we've also got these. These are, these, like, poltergeist fellas. They're, I call them Sam Haines. If you've ever seen the cartoon, The Real Ghostbusters, there was a recurring villain called Sam Hain who had a pumpkin head, and he was like a specific Halloween bad guy that came around once or twice. So I think that that's what these guys look like, so that's what I call these guys. So I don't know what they are in the manual. I'm sure it disagrees with me. I don't care. And so we just wait patiently for this guy through the wall. All right. We're actually doing pretty well on time here. We've gotten caught a few times by the ghosts, but you know, that happens. They're pretty clever. They're scary. And this stage does not actually have a boss. We just kind of have a gauntlet of a handful, like, mini bosses as we go. And this is the end of our third stage. This is the sequence where they're out on the ledge and Ghost of Janusz comes by and grabs the baby. So we're telling the story's completely out of order, I think, at this point. But that's okay. Alright, so we still have 2 lives. That's plenty. And as I mentioned before, each of the songs is based on music from the actual movie. This is actually the We're Back, which is, I guess, kind of like the theme song from this movie, the Bobby Brown song. So it's a pretty good chiptune version of a tune. I think it's pretty fun to listen to. But so now we're in the River of Slime, and we've got to catch some of these, like, sort of slime creatures that are hiding out in all of this, like, waist-high slime. And unfortunately, it has momentum, so it can slow us down or speed us up depending upon how we move. So what we're trying to do is depending upon the flow of the slime, we're trying to walk on the brick or in the slime. So, like, for example, the slime here is pushing back against us. We don't want to walk in the slime. We want to walk on the brick here for the moment. And now, if we're lucky, we'll be able to use the fact that that the slime is pushing upwards now. We'll be able to use that to our advantage to get up towards the end of this stage, or towards the end of this room a little faster. Okay, just catch me randomly. That's fun. Let's see if we can do this room a little cleaner, because got caught twice on what I would call a little bit unfair projectiles from the ghosts. Normally they're really kind of random. They aren't generally aimed at you. That doesn't make a lot of sense to worry too much about them. And yet, thanks, Pete. As you can see, these things kind of throw like blue, I'm not really sure what they are, but orbs, I guess you could call them. And they move in a direction that does not actually like there is a height aspect to these ghosts, right? So you can shoot over them even if you're on the right plane. Having a little bit of bad luck here, unfortunately, with this set of spawns. Part of it is, unfortunately, Pete has moved into a place and I'm having a hard time. Like I said, that honestly, like, probably should not have hit me the way that worked out, but whatever. That's okay. We got out of there. That went about as poorly as it could go, and hopefully we'll be a little better on the way around here, because these guys can't actually throw anything through the wall, which is good. Gotta be careful there. And get that guy. Alright, Pete, can you please? Thank you. Now, some of these guys have some really crummy hitboxes in terms of where you can actually hit them. Like, those guys have incredibly skinny hitboxes, the guys that spin. So they can be really unpleasant. Pete, wrong way, buddy. Alright, let's go up here, grab him. And now Pete's going to get lost, and he's going to do, he's just going to run around the outside of that entire room. Not the worst way to go about it, actually. If you're ever, like, trapped in a cave or something, put your right hand out and just follow it the whole way. Eventually you'll get out. Sort of how that works. And that's the solution that the programmers for this game came up with is if ever your Ghostbuster gets lost, he just follows along the outside until he finds a straight line directly to you. It's almost romantic. Okay, cool. We got a 1-up. That's good news. Boss time. Jeez, some of these are really awkward spawns. There we go. Ooh. Really? He was down. Okay, not cool. Okay, we at least have... We're down to the final 4, so we're just going to stay over here and see if we can't, like, just coax these guys. Oh, boy. Alright, now we're good. Whew, boy, scary. Unfortunately, we only have 1 life left here. So we're going to have to make sure we don't make too many mistakes from here on out. Hey, Pete, remember what I said about not making mistakes? You're going the wrong way. Thank you. Alright, let's see if I can do this one right this time. Haha! Got it! It's much faster than the first time if I had to fight him. Catch both of those. Grab this guy. Get him while he's behind that wall. And harmless. How nice. There we go. That's not too bad. This is one of the worst rooms in the whole game. These ninja rooms are they are exclusive to the, I believe, to the Japanese version, which is really, really unfortunate because they spawn randomly and they attack randomly. It's definitely a place that you can lose time, lives. It's a pretty brutal location, but all right, we are doing all right here. We're in the final big stage, right? This is the museum. We're kind of making our way through. We're going to deal with some Slimers that throw stuff, unfortunately. They're, oh, look at... Gee, oof. I am getting chased around here by these ghosts, I will tell you. Okay. There's one. Get that guy, and out the door we go. Luckily, there's nothing to be afraid of in this room. We've already cleared it out. We get a redux of an earlier enemy. We say hello again to the Scolari brothers. Say goodbye to the Scolari brothers. Bye, fellas. See some more of our Sam Hain friends. Go down there, and that sort of works out because these top 2 will fall down into that second section there, and then they're very easy for you to just trap on without having to go in there and try to chase them around. They'll just sort of come to you almost, which is very nice. Whoa. Okay, Pete, go that way. Sure. Got to be careful. This is a place where if you go as quickly as you can, you will lose Pete. He just gets lost there. Whoever your AI is. I keep saying Pete, but I really mean whichever Ghostbuster you have picked as your AI companion. You're going to lose them there if you're especially clean with your movement. It's just how it works. Whoa. Almost got there. I had to be very cautious. And I think that might be a life. Yep. Okay, that's all right. Get to catch these Sam Hains again. You know, it's really too bad. The first time I played this game today, I picked it up. I was like, you know what? I should do a quick little bit of practice. No problems. Burned through it. Didn't die once. Didn't have a single game over. And every subsequent practice run, and now this one, I'm struggling to stay alive here. All right. Well, you know what? I mentioned it. Well, there goes Pete. You know, running off on his own there. Let's see if I do this right. He's gonna. Oh no, I managed to follow. That's a rarity. I must not have been especially good with my movement. Alright. And we gotta catch this running ghost again. There we are. Okay. Let's see, we have these big ogre fellas again. They make a wonderful sound when you throw them into the trap. A little more of that pink slime. Last time we see some ninjas. And unfortunately, they do this stuff like this, where they spawn in very unpleasant locations to try to capture. But what can you do? Wait here for 1 second. Throw that guy in. Down here. Go up here. Whoa! Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot you can do to make that room much more efficient because of the order of the way that the ghosts spawn. Like, you just sort of have to backtrack. That happens in a handful of rooms. You saw it in, like, the, in the apartment buildings as well, where we had to run back and forth like that. Pete, you're going the wrong way, dude. Very much the wrong direction. You're killing me. You're not helping the cause, I'll tell you right now. Alright, and that should be just about everybody except for these four up top. Nice and quick. Okay. A couple of more floating heads we have to deal with. They're only a little scary. They can shoot things out of their mouth at you, so you have to be a little careful, but they don't really aim at you, per se. Alrighty. We are now at the second to last boss, and after this, it's just a boss fight, so let's get in here. We have, this is Janosch, Dr. Janosch Poha. He's been possessed. He's going to transform into 10 of himself, and we've got to catch him, so there's one. And so we're just going to kind of do this dance here. We're going to put him in the corner. That's 2 of them. We're going to try to catch 7. This will be our 3rd. And we wait for them to stop flickering a little bit. Hopefully it's coming through okay on the stream. I know that these sprites are pretty big, so the Nintendo's really only drawing them, I think, every other, so you can sometimes miss out on them. And I think that's our 5th. It's either that one was either our 5th or our 6th. I don't know. I lost count. So that must have been our 6th, because this should be our 7th then, I think. I always lose count. It's only counting to 10, and I still can never do it. It's a real problem. Boom! Caught him. And we have 5 lives to beat Vigo the Carpathian. So now we have this little cutscene sequence here. We'll walk into the big scary room where we face off against Vigo. Just want to say thank you to RGL for having me, for letting me showcase this game. I love this game. It's a lot of fun. I think it's super cool. I love the Ghostbusters. They're very much a Halloween staple for me. Pretty much always watch the Ghostbuster movies, you know, the cartoons, the whole 9 yards this time of year. So love to get to share it with everybody and show this one off. This is a lot of fun. I like that the game ends by basically saying, hey, you know what, Vigo's a jerk, and you know what you do with jerks? You take your positron collider and you just aim it right at their crotch, and eventually they're going to lose. So time's coming up once I beat him, and once I lose control of my Ghostbuster, which should be soon. I mean, he can't take much more of this, I promise you. He's got to be running out of gas here. Oh, that's it. And time. There you go, 23:41. That's not too bad. But we have saved the world. It is New Year's Eve. And there you go. So, again, I just want to say thank you to everybody at RGL for having me, for letting me show this off to everybody. I think that this game's super cool. I think it's super cute. If you ever get the chance to get your hands on this game, absolutely give it a try. It's a lot of fun. Music's great. And like I said, it's adorable. So thank you again. And stick around. There's plenty more spooky stuff coming your way. So I'll be seeing you around.